Hello friends, today we are revising our next part of the study of sound in which we cover the topics our echo, reverberation, human ear, sonography, sonar. Okay, these topics we will be covering this our podcast. Okay, so start with our echo. What is echo? So echo is the repetition of the original sounds. What? The repetition of the original sound, and this is because of the reflection of sound on some surfaces. Okay, so if you visited any hill station, if you visited, okay, and if you shout loudly, you hear same sound just after some time while. Okay, and this is what? This is the echo. Okay, and if you have to be calculate the distance between the source is from the sound is produced. Okay, and on the reflecting surface the sound waves where they reflected that the reflecting surface. And if you have to be calculate, okay, if you have to determine, then we have the formula that the distance is equal to speed into time. Okay, as we know that the speed is equal to distance upon time. Okay, and we have the one excellent example of echo, that is Gol Gumat in Vijapur, at Vijapur in Karnataka. Okay, in Karnataka state. Okay, this is about echo. Now next is our revibration. So what is revibration? The same sound, you have to be continuously listening. Okay, so in a room, the sound waves reflecting on a surface, on a walls, and you listen multiple times. What? You listen multiple side, you hear multiple times, and these sound reflecting not only once continuously, and this is our what? Revibration. What is this? This is our revibration. So moving to next, that is our sonar. What is sonar? I think if you heard about the sonar in submarines, in sea, if you heard, I think you will understand about more also. So sonar is the short form for navigation ranking. Okay, also the sonar which helps in to determine the direction, speed, the distance. Okay, from the other shapes. Okay, and with the help of ultrasonic sound. Okay, with the help of ultrasonic sound. Okay, sonar has our receptor or transmitter, receptor and transmitter. Okay, so that fit on ship or boats. Okay, also. Okay, so what the works, the transmitter and our receiver. Okay, so transmitter that produce the ultrasonic sound. Okay, and the ultrasonic sound travels in water and streak the our tricks to the objects in underwater. Okay, and reflect on them, and these reflected rays received by the receiver. Okay, these the two parts that fit on say the receiver receives the reflected sound, the ultrasonic sound. Okay, and these ultrasonic sound waves that receiver converted into electrical signals. Okay, and this is properly calculated. What? These waves are properly calculated. Okay, and so also be time is calculated, the time and velocity also be determined, and with this help the distance of uh, other shape or other any kind of object inside the water from the waves is reflected, you can find or you can determine the distance also. Okay, this is where is used. The sonar is used in submarines. Okay, also this used for searching the underwater objects like sunken ships, icebergs, submarines also. Okay, icebergs, the different things we can find underwater. Okay, in sea. Okay, in oceans also. This is our what? This is about our sonar. So next is what? Our sonar technology. Sorry, sonography technology. So sonography technology, I think you mostly heard in hospital practices. Okay, where increasingly this is practicing in hospital for correct diagnosis. Okay, sonography. I think in family, some people that internal organ, internal body pain, that the doctor can't understand that by naked eyes directly. Okay, that sonography help to finding the inner organ infection, inner organ swelling, that different things can be uh, understand with the help of our sonography technology. Okay, sonography technology uses the ultrasonic sounds. Okay, and how this works together. Okay, so also which helps in for studying the unborn baby in a womb of our pregnant mother. Also heart, how is the function of the heart, also be we can understand, we can study with the help of sonography. Okay, how the what is the process to how to use to to obtain the internal organ images. Okay, with the help of the ultrasonic sounds. Okay, so ultrasounds. Okay, so we know that the probe is it has a probe. Okay, and the probe is attached on the skin, and before we have to be applied the gel. Okay, so that the probe will be properly attached on the skin. Okay, on on the internal organ, on the other on outer side of the internal organ, where how to find the painting. Okay, where the location we have to be on that surface, outer surface, we have to be applied the gel, and on we have to be properly take our probe. Okay, so probe which produce high frequency ultrasonic sound. Okay, and these sound waves reflect on internal organ. Okay, internal organ, and these internal organ reflect these sound waves, and the probe receive this sound. Okay, and we know that the sound is attached or laid with the computer, and computer which obtain or creates what the internal organ images, so that we have to be easily understand internal organ, about what the disease, what the happens exact in internal body. Okay, anatomy as in simply. Okay, for finding the what kind of the disease. This is our sonography technology. Okay, and we have the one point that always remember as in the always remember point, so that we know that every coin has two side. The science is progress in technology, so for human that very helpful, so make so easy. But in India, I think in most of the people that misuse of the, not in only in India, in other country also, that misuses for increasing the feticide. Okay, and you have to be discrimination, we know the discrimination between girls and boys, child boys. Okay, that is increasing. Okay, the female feticide is increasing. So also be this is I think banned for the illegally practices. You have to be practice with the government, with the lab. Okay, the I think up to I listen that every sonography is attached with the government lab. Okay, so that there is no kind of happens the female feticide. Okay, this is the remember for you. Then last topic is our human ear. What human ear, you have to be study this chapter in biology, but in this why this take, because the human ear is so related, or you know that every sound you can listen with the help of ear, so that this ear is taken this sound chapter. Okay, so understanding our human ear. So what what he does, what he, not what it does. Okay, so it collects the sound and the passes through the pellicular shape, that is our funnel shape, and into the middle ear, the cavity, and these sound waves collected and transmitted. Okay, that vibrating, and to brain, that receiving, analyzing, and that we have to be studied with the three parts of our ear. ear has three parts. So first is our outer ear, that is also known as the pinna, the middle ear, and last one is our inner ear. So outer ear collects the sound waves and passes through the pellicular shape to the our middle ear in a cavity. Okay, and middle ear the sound waves collected, okay, in the cavity, in this how the thin membrane, that is our eardrum. Okay, the thin membrane is what our eardrum, that on outer side how the compression of the sound, where how the higher density, the how to pressure, and this is post inverted to this eardrum. Okay, and opposite we know the rarefaction. Okay, so these sound waves are um, goes towards the our inner ear. Okay, inner ear, what looks like inner ear is looks like the sail of the snail. If you looked in rainy season, that the outer three eyes, you if you have to be see what the name, I'm not remembering. I think you know the snail of the snail. Okay, snail. So this is receiving these okay, and these sound waves, and this is converted into electrical signals. Okay, and these auditory nerves receive these signals to the brain, and with the help of our nerves. Okay, auditory nerves which helps in for transporting the information, as well as the nerves which helps in the um, to passes to transport the masses from one point to another point in our body. Okay, so and brain what does? Brain analyze what kind of the sound. Okay, you have to be after analyzing you response, our ear is receives, and you have to be response after you have to be sense. Okay, so before you have sense, and after you can respond, and after analyze the sound. Okay, this is our human ear. Also be notice, you also be remember information as an information. Never do like that by stick you cleaning your ear. Okay, so that also be makes a dangerous okay, or injury to the our eardrum, that which problem for listening. Okay, also be not loud music you listen with the help of ear bud or earphone. Okay, loud music also be makes dangerous to our eardrum. So these topics you have to be completed, and this chapter we have to be completed, the study of sound. Okay, I think you are studying well. You have to be revising. Any kind of doubts related to this podcast, related to any kind of doubts, you can comment in the comment box. Okay, bye. You have to be more study, and you have to be revise with this our podcast. Till now, bye bye.